Today we'd like to start by introducing you to Kiahra, age 12, and Jayla, age 10. They're a Native American sibling from Rapid City, South Dakota, who are members of the Chippewa tribe.
Currently, Kiahra is experiencing some prejudice and some difficulties in school while he attends a predominantly white and top-ranked middle school in the Rapid City region just outside of Pine Ridge Indian Reservation. He is faced with some derogatory slurs, references to a failed genocide of indigenous communities in the Americas, and an overall lack of self-belonging within the school system.
Kiahra and Jayla are in middle childhood. Unlike any other developmental stage, early and middle childhood helps set the stage for self-discipline, conflict management, being able to set healthy relationships with family and friends, and being able to make decisions in risky situations, and most importantly, your school success. Today, Adriana, Kiahra, and myself would like to showcase how the lack of early onset cultural awareness, the predominance of prejudice, and the minimal sense of self-belonging have a great impact on high school dropout and suicide rates.
In particular, the Northern Plains and the Northern Rocky Mountain region has a high indigenous population, and their graduation rates are significantly lower than our national rate, which currently sits at 84%. In addition, researchers have linked a correlation between self-identity and a negative learning environment with the suicide rates within these areas as well. Currently, 9.8% of indigenous suicides are victims between the ages 10 to 17. And on Pine Ridge Indian Reservation specifically, they have a 150% higher rate than our national teenage suicide rate, which currently sits at about 13%.
So these numbers are staggering. So some of the current efforts that are working to help mitigate this is firstly the Indian Education for All. This is an education initiative that was written into the Montana State Constitution that helps bring elementary students the marriage of tribal cultural education into the classroom setting. So this leads into how the Iqaluit Park Partnership partnered with the National Park in Alberta, Canada, as well as the Blackfoot tribal members in order to help teach middle schoolers the importance of the environment and the Blackfoot traditions, to bring that into the classroom as well. And luckily, with a large donation of $20,000 from a local organization, they are set to initiate this program in the school year of 2019-2020.
Our solution to promote the continuous success of Indigenous students would be to combine several aspects of some of these programs. Our overall program would be to implement the Indian Education for All Act in all of these states. However, it would be from grades K through 12 in order to promote the continuous success and the gradual learning about Indigenous communities throughout the entirety of the public education school system. By doing so, each state would have to partner with local tribal communities in order to create specific curriculum for those through the K through 12 grades. Once students reach about middle school, we would partner with the National Park Association and then also the National Monuments in these different localities in order to integrate that outdoor learning experience and the tribal history of the local land for those middle school students. For example, students such as Kiahra in Rapid City, South Dakota, or throughout Pine Ridge Indian Reservation would be partnering with the Black Hills National Park and the Devil's Tower National Monument in order to learn about the Lakota and some of those traditions and histories and other things that have happened between them. As students are reaching that late middle school period, as per the Indian Education for All Act within all of our states, we would partner with the Mentor Program, which is a national research program. And by partnering with them, they would be able to provide us with insight as to how to recruit Indigenous mentors that would target high-risk Indigenous students. Currently, the program targets inner-city high-risk students, but it is pertinent for the Indigenous community as well. So these mentors would be ensuring that the educational and emotional health of these students was positive enough to create a positive self-identity and hopefully It would decrease the high school dropout rates and suicide rates by creating a sense of belonging and a positive self-identification as an Indigenous student, but also increase the sense of belonging amongst Native American kids in the public school system and their emotional success to graduation.
This program would cater to students, teachers, and members of tribal communities in the Northern Plains and Northern Rocky Mountain areas, which have higher suicide rates and lower graduation rates compared to other areas that have a high Indigenous population. For Indigenous students who need a stronger connection to public education as well as healthy learning environments, this program would provide a system that will not only support the success of Indigenous students, but would also decrease cultural tensions and prejudice. Unlike Indian Education for All and the Ika and Nutsi partnership, our program combines cultural awareness throughout all stages of public education, as well as the success of the students and the mental health of the students, while combating prominence of prejudice within the classroom. We hope that we've shared the immediate need for our program, and we thank you for your time.
All right. Thanks.